What up, what up, what up? We are back. Episode 7 of Money in the Future. Time to come learn to trade Nasdaq futures with your boy. Or just watch me make money and lose money and do the trader thing. You could also just revel in my success and my downfall and all of that. Whatever your kicks are, you get your kicks from all of this. Obviously, as we tap in, the first thing we see is a very strong sell-off today at market open. Market opened right about here, 6:30. Came down, formed a little base here, and then all through this next hour. Let me look back at the time. You don't want to see that. You want to see this. Formed this base through the 7 o'clock hour, and then at 8. Right around 8 o'clock, we bled straight down. We are now chopping down here, forming another base, forming the lower side of this base. So yeah, the high of this session is 25,508, but that was way back when. Not that long ago, actually, at 4 something this morning, and then we've dropped several hundred points, so 383 points or plus from the high. So we are definitely down today. That right there was a crack of the 24,000 level. We're right at 25,000, and we just broke 24,995. It's really interesting to see us back down at these levels to end the year. Again, we're getting all this economic data that we haven't been privy to recently, and it's showing obvious weakness, obvious job losses. I know we're touting publicly, they'll tout the economy as successful because of the markets and things like that, because of how well the major companies are doing. But all of us have middle class friends and family. You don't live in America. I believe anybody that'll be watching this stream at least. We all have middle class friends and family, upper middle class, lower middle class. We know it all, and just talk to those people. You got some people who got good jobs and have figured it out and so forth and so on. But the vast majority are still just fighting to get by. No safety net, no real savings. Couple months of unemployment, or a couple of or an emergency. A couple weeks of unemployment or an emergency, and these people will be in a world of hurt. We all know people in those situations. Some of us are in those situations. So when people tout the economy as supposedly doing well right now, you gotta take it all into consideration. We were getting better this week at trading this range. You see this range that formed after the big drop, and we're at the bottom of this range right now. But this week the challenge has been forming trading the range. Whew. Look at that 30-minute chart. Imagine getting short on this candle at the 30-minute and just letting it go. Yeah, I want to go zoom out even further. Maybe the 1 hour, might even check the 4 hour and start clearing some of these things. Remember this line we drew yesterday? That's no longer relevant. This line is still relevant. It is, this is where a support flips to resistance. So I can see some bullishness from down here. We're definitely due for a green candle on this 30-minute chart. See some bullishness, some relief, but now I expect this level to act as resistance. Based on the numbers being down this far, there's a pivot point right here. I now expect this area to act as resistance. So we want to keep that line there. How did this other shit I genuinely want to get rid of? So actually, let's do that so I feel better looking back. Yeah. Because Okay, so I want to pay attention to this zone right here on the 30-minute chart. Y'all gonna do this with me? God damn, look at that sell off on the RSI. All right, so this line I want to recreate. This line is at 25,132.80. Let's just call it 133 to remember. So 25,133. We'll get that line back there after doing this. All right, so all of those drawings are gone. 25,133 was that number. I want to even look back deeper on the daily chart. Oh, it still didn't remove.
Order filled.
Shit. I pressed the wrong button on the wrong chart. I'm gonna
order filled.
Take that profit real quick. And that's fine. We will take that. That was unintentional. I am interested in longs down here, but I was in the middle of trying to figure out what's going on with this chart. I was on the daily. I expect some bounce from down here. Look at that. I could have held it a little longer, but I'll take that. I'll take that win for sure. Accidentally an NQ, had NQ open and everything, but yeah, there's some relief pop. That's even if we're down in this zone. I'm glad I took that long or whatever just for the points. I could have held it for some real money there, but I was just trying to get these levels drawn out. Yeah, look at that. That's intense. All right. I still kind of adjusted that line. That feels like an appropriate spot right there at the pivot point. We had no closes below that. So I didn't, I guess some of these shapes. Oh, because shapes are different. Yeah, let me just remove all shapes too. No, shapes in these lines. I want to remove this line. Remove this line. Making some of these trade evade buttons and doohickeys make sense. See that 200 moving average, do a little glitch right there. So yeah, now I wanted to look on the daily with less clutter on the chart of how now obviously different contracts, so you're not going to see that price action down there, but on previous days, is this what am I seeing? Honestly, inverse head and shoulders? Not too sure. Okay, let's get in here and do some more removing so we can get a better look at some of this stuff. Removed all the rectangles for now. This is the daily chart. So all these wicks up here, but we never closed above 26,000. Whew. Thank God I got out of that trade quickly, because it was not what I was trying to do. I did like the idea of a bounce down there, but look, looks like we're ready to head down and make a new base. Damn. And these are the momentum trades that I tend to like to be in. That's another big sell-off. We're making new daily lows. I got too many things open here. Let's take a peek at gold. Interesting. Gold looks pretty structured, where previously, I've seen it kind of look wild. Gold wanting the near $44,000 per ounce on the futures. Should check some stocks, Nvidia and Apple and Amazon, and see what they got going on. Pivot point down here, so 24,800 is possibly in play. Look at that bounce from the low though. I like those bounces. That is a interesting bounce off that low. No, and yeah, no top wick on that 5-minute candle. So a strong pullback. This candle very well could flip green after that drop. That's insane. Yeah, 38 to 68. That's a 30-point retracement if you were trying to catch the next leg down on the short. On the 15-minute chart, that's still, you see the break right there. Wow, on the 15-minute chart, the 14 EMA is up here at 25,077. So 100 points away. So yeah, I can see that bounce. That same bullishness that I took previously. Maybe buyers just needed a little bit lower. Oh wow, yeah, this candle very well could flip green by the end of its formation. Very, very impressive. Still 2 more minutes to go on this candle. Wow. Look at that. Yeah, and that's why, kind of gotta let things take shape. That was a momentum trade that I saw and would have liked, but Jesus. That was crazy. Yeah, I do expect this 110 level to now act as a bit of resistance, even if we do come back up. Let's put some more length on this in both directions. Let's go back to the 15-minute chart and see. This is a hell of a sell-off for a Wednesday. I don't know if there's news outside the market. Like I said, definitely want to check Nvidia. If Nvidia is down in like the 160s, that would be really interesting, considering how high it was not too long. 171. We were watching it at 177 yesterday, making some moves and getting chopped up and all of that. But 171.90 is currently where Nvidia is at. What a huge sell-off today. I'm gonna go back to the daily without all that muck on my chart. Remove. Yeah, long top wick and just headed down. And I don't see any real yeah, we gotta look left to see where this thing might end this drop for the day. We go, remembering this is the daily chart. know if I love that level, but let's try it for now. Let's leave this here with a big, like a daily stop. So let's make them a bigger 5,800. All right, so there's that reaction from the new lows that it put in, 25,938, and then a strong bounce, so we're back up at 77. EMA on the 5-minute chart right there at 25,000, pretty much exactly 25,003, but low-key dipping. That's some good rejection. That's some good rejection there.
Order filled.
I think we're coming back down. We got that relief bounce, so it wasn't like the easiest short in the world, but unless we come back up to test the 14 and 21 EMA there, I do think we're headed lower. There we go. We're seeing a little bit. Remember, we just saw strong buys to the left, but I think those buys are gonna get taken by these sellers potentially. Tricky area, obviously. All right, we like that. We like to see that. Come on, baby.
Order
and that's
filled.
A 12-point win right there. If you know my trading style, you know why I took it off already. We just reacted from these lows pretty strongly, but I see again the bears are fully in control. So that was a beautiful 11 to 12 point scalp that didn't take very long, didn't have much stress, it didn't go against us too much. That I'm comfortable taking that profit and waiting for the next setup. And again, the bears are in control, so this thing could bleed and make new lows right after that bounce on that previous 5-minute candle. This is the kind of games that Nasdaq likes to play, so you gotta pay attention to those things. And here we are at 24,945, looking like we want new lows. Let's see how we react at this low again. Very happy with that trade. That is absolutely my trading style. Like, that's the type of trade that I'm more comfortable in, where I see the bearishness of today, I see the break of this new level, and I know that, like, even though I saw that bounce there, if it didn't make it back to these EMAs, if we didn't see some real bullishness, like a real green candle, that again, these lows were the new levels that were about to be tested and chopped or whatever. So that feels closer to, like, one of my A+ setups that, again, quick 10-point move, or at least 10 points. Let's see what they ended up giving us, because I close that market all the time. Sometimes you get got with slippage. You gotta remember your fees. So let's see what they gave us there. So yeah, they gave me exactly 10 points by the time it closed. Short at 24,958, closed at 24,948. So an exact 10-point trade. That's it. That's the style. That trade on NQ that lasted 52 seconds was it's $200 on NQ. One single contract, $200 on NQ. So most people I know don't make $200 in an hour, let alone a minute. You know what I mean? So like obviously you have to nail your other trades or you'll give back some of that profit and things like that. But that's why this is such a lucrative, potentially lucrative thing, because you know, as long as you're not overly greedy. You look around at the world, again, I was just talking about the economy, like how talking about the economy, how it's perceived versus how it actually is, and you don't know, anybody that's watching the stream, me, myself, I'm projecting whatever, but you don't know anybody that is making $200 a second in their career, in their situation. So like, I want to keep my eye on whether a new low is getting put in or this will continually be a bounce zone. So let's bring you back to the chart. Kind of locked in on this next move. We got two good trades. We're up. So let's go ahead and send out a little tweet about it. Still interested? Yeah, look at that. So far that's a bounce zone. We did not make new lows just yet. Again, plenty can happen in this 5-minute candle, but especially with 3 minutes remaining. And look at that, it flips green. So there's that bullishness from that same low level that I was expecting. That's why you take the trade back down to here and you close. You don't take it like, yeah, we're gonna make new lows again. We're gonna make new lows. Are we? Or is this a level that clearly buyers are choosing to step in? Look at that pop. Look at that pop. So yeah. I want to still send out this tweet real quick, but I was also wanting to see if those lows were gonna hold. That first accidental long I took, not at the right zone, but longs down here have potential. If these lows choose to hold, you got to get some relief with some buyers. It's interesting. We have CPI tomorrow. It's a pretty major news event, and we're seeing this extreme sell-off today. We all know there's plenty of insider trading in this game, and you know the people with the information make all the money first, and we get to. That's why I'm a scalper. I'm a momentum trader. I can't control what any of these companies do or say or how they move, but I can pay attention to the chart and take my little percentage of all of this, all these trillions of dollars that's moving around. It's like, hey, I could get my cut without too much influence over all this shit. So like, clearly there's some insider trading going on. CPI will probably be negative tomorrow based on today's trading sentiment. That's just you don't see this many billions of dollars change hands, sold off, if not for a reason. It's also December. The stock market typically has what they call Santa Claus rallies. It is December 17th, and Nvidia has been selling off from 212 to 170 to the low 170s now. It's like whatever happened last year or the year before is obviously not guaranteed to happen this year, but whatever Santa Claus rally folks thought they were going to see in tech or AI or whatever is exactly the opposite. Selling off hard. Insiders obviously taking big profits from the big moves up, but these sales happening before more negative, potentially negative economic data is presented is very interesting. It's why people covet these positions so hard. It's why people like Nancy Pelosi fought so hard to not retire. Joe Biden was old as dirt, but his family got enriched. The same thing Donald Trump is doing right now. It's not a side thing. It's not a left side, right side, blue side, red side. It's none of that. It is corruption versus fairness. I don't even know what the opposite. Let's ask the internet what the opposite of corruption is. Honesty. That is the main word they gave me. Honesty. Huh. So yeah, the opposite of corruption is honesty. And what I don't feel like we get from any of these people in power, in charge, with, you know, with the ability to do right, is honesty. They tell you what they want you to believe, not what's actually going on. That I'll stand on 100%. I feel that about all of those people in charge. There's the truth, and there's a version they want you to know. That could be about UAPs. That could be about how your ballot boxes work. That could be about health and safety and vaccines. It could be about anything. It could genuinely be about anything, man. So back to the chart. These lows are still holding, but barely. Like, look at this. It hasn't been a green candle in the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be the 7th candle in a row if this candle closes red. I would be surprised. You know, obviously we see a lot of sales. A lot of sales been happening all day. Typically Nasdaq likes a midday reversal. Like if we were up all morning, we're gonna sell it off later. If we were down all morning, they're gonna buy it up in the afternoon. This has been my experience, and that's why I'm so saying the things I'm saying about the CPI tomorrow and so forth, because like it's showing they're showing their hand a little early, you know, as this candle flips red. We've got a lack of momentum. It's hard. It's not being able to make new lows just yet, but it is hanging out right here near the lows. No retests of the 14 or 21 EMA sitting right here. Remember, the 14 is the blue one, the 21 is the white one, the 50 is the red one, the 200 is that green one, and it's just up there. You know, we're under all important moving averages. Every single buy has been sold off so far today. Every pop has been dropped. If that is the theme for the entire trading session, I would, knock on wood, say that it's very easy to make money in a market like that. If it's only going one direction, as long as you're patient. Like I said, Nasdaq likes to reverse in the afternoon, switch it up on you, find new lows, and then skyrocket back to the middle of some zone we were trading in previously. Still didn't send that to it. All right. The tweet is now twoke. It is out there. And what we are looking at now, finally seeing a little bit of that bullishness bounce from the bottom. This might be the low, but this is also the open of a new 1 hour candle. So you don't want to buy it just yet, because as I've repeatedly said on stream and will continue to say, for all of these 1 hour candles, or the vast majority of them, you're gonna have a top wick as well as a bottom wick. So a lot of times at the close of a 1 hour candle or an open of a 1 hour candle, you will get a bit of a reversal in the opposite direction of the trend. And like I said, that's what we just saw on, at the end of this 5 minute candle right here. You saw two greens, and this green is now flipping red, because what that candle wanted to do, even if we are bearish and about to make even more new lows on this next hour, what that candle wanted to do was go ahead and put in a top wick. So now, even if this candle bleeds and looks, and heads down here to these new lows, there's a top wick, and it'll eventually make a, find a low and then bounce and have a bottom wick as well. I'm talking about the hourly candles. You rarely see an hourly candle without both a top wick and a bottom wick. So a lot of times near the close and open of those candles, you see a reversal in the opposite direction of the trend, and a lot of times it's just to put in a wick. Now, as I spend more time on this hourly chart, count 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the big guy. 5, 6, 7, and now going on 8. If this candle wants to close 8, that will be 8 straight hours of sell-off. If you're a bear from up here, you could just go cook a breakfast, go take a nap, go do whatever, and just let this bleed and cash you out. That's an insane win to be able to make, 400 points, maybe 600 points at this point, closer to 600. Yeah, wow, from these highs. Now the 50 EMA on the 1 hour chart is all the way up here at 25,327. Even the 14 EMA sitting right here at VWAP on the 1 hour, 25,195. Oh, let me go back to the 5 minute to see if we're about to make new lows again. We still didn't really, maybe in this candle, but no, not really. It's been coming down. So we still haven't gotten a retest of the 14 EMA. These lows have been holding, but they're being tested yet again. Checking Nvidia out, currently trading below the 14 and 50 EMA as well, and way below the 200. But as of now, those lows are holding. As of now, again, they held up here for the longest. They held and they held and they held. You kept getting reactions and they held, but we're below it now. So just because it's holding up right now doesn't mean that it'll hold up all session. But as of now, these new lows are holding. RSI is ice cold, coming back down under the 30% threshold. I think after such an insane blush, and again, not insane if you know that like insiders might have CPI information or whatever, but insane as far as market structure. Insane sell-off here, and some more selling pressure even all the way down here. It's hard to not see some eventual relief unless there's like a drastic news information that we're gonna receive tomorrow or in the next, sometime this week. As much as this sell-off looks like it wants to, build a base and then keep on bleeding even down to 24,800, that would be surprising just considering the big drop already. Again, these are hourly candles. Look where we were hours ago, 24 hours ago, 48 hours ago. It's hard to see, again, should have moved an RSI on accident. Pick that. All right. Okay. It's hard to see the, double top, obviously, on this 1 hour right here. Bow, and a strong rejection from up there at 26, but all the way down to 24s now. Where are all these buyers? Do they know something that the retail traders don't know yet? That they're just out of the way? They don't want to prop it back up to the 25s and just let the bears dominate them from what was, a few days ago you were way up here. Go back again to the daily chart that's a little bit cleaner now with less lines. Yeah, look at the daily chart and how strong this sell-off looks on the RSI. These last 4 days of bleed from up here are pretty interesting. But again, if we go back, we were near 26.7. Wow. And we got some resistance here, 26.1. Now we're trading all the way down to 24.9 in the daily. So you've got your rollover, but what's taking shape here? Inverse head and shoulders. So we have a head, shoulder. Wait, this could still be a shoulder. It didn't invalidate just because it came down. But that would also mean that there's more room. Even if it was a inverse head and shoulders, there's technically room down to the 24,420 area before that next move. Yeah, I like the daily chart for like bigger patterns, of course, like a inverse head and shoulders, maybe. Head, shoulder, and we're forming the second shoulder. Is this maybe a cup and handle? I'm seeing inverse head and shoulders more than I'm seeing cup and handle, but it could, it could be. Came back down. Yeah, these lows are still holding. We're getting a little bounce from these lows. We're now 8 minutes into this hour, so the hourly candle open has done whatever it's gonna do, and that might be the bottom wick for this hourly candle, and now it's headed up. That might be the top wick for this hourly candle, and it's headed down. Tricky area, hard to say. So again, as a momentum trader and a scalper, this is where you sit on your hands and wait and watch and let the market show you what it wants to do rather than trying to predict the next thing. Yeah, every buy being sold back down. So interesting. Looking back at Nvidia, looks like a huge bearish movement on the 5-minute chart. Let's look at that on the 15. Yeah, if Nvidia wants to reclaim the low of day, which was another dollar down, it's currently trading at 170, 135. And the low of the day is 170.31. Based on the chart structure, it's hard to not believe. And I'm sorry, I keep saying I'm gonna set this up. I need to just go ahead and do it. Let's see if I can. I want that one. I want a different window. Can y'all see this window? No, right. All right. need to find a better way to put all these up here though. So yeah, I was able to do that there. Okay, boom. So now we can also, when I say I'm looking at the phone and looking at NVIDIA, I can also kind of just pull NVIDIA up here. Maybe I'll go in and change the chart settings so it's not so damn bright next time. But I know this page is the one that OBS is reading. Seeing that these lows are holding and we're getting a bounce, but every bounce is being sold back down. That's the tricky part. With I would not be mad at the idea after seeing all this sell off. I would not be mad at the idea of a long to retest the 14 EMA, but what I'm seeing on a broader scale is that every buy is being sold back down. Every buy. So it's hard. You're not gonna get much momentum on a buy. So I understand the theory and why there's a part of my brain. I told you I'm gonna get some different accounts next at the top of the year that will allow me to be a little more experimental. I don't even want to say risky. I just want to change my risk versus reward. I want to try different things without risking the success in the current account. So yeah, I'm gonna cop a couple more accounts and do it like that. But so I can understand the theory. There's a world where I would have tried a long down here too, but in the broader scope, I'm seeing that like all buys are being sold. All buys are being sold. You have to be really quick on the trigger, like I was with that first one, to just get out of the long. And there's a little action, but yeah. Oh, nice. Now that I put that trading view up there, we can also just keep NVIDIA's price at the top ticker. Can y'all see that on OBS, or did I move it out the way? Oh, see, the problem with that is that, okay. Put you back. Did that break what I created? No. All right, so yeah, I needed to fix that. That's crazy. So yeah, this is NVIDIA, and again, I was explaining NVIDIA's chart structure and just saying that this also looks like it's breaking more to the downside. If it wants to reclaim these new lows of the day because of, again, outside information, CPI, whatever's going on that caused this insane drop off. And I also didn't notice that it has a gap, but I guess it's no. Gap was filled all of yesterday, so I don't really know if it's a gap. Like, we do have a gap down on the 5-minute, but that doesn't mean much. All the trading happened in that range already. So yeah, NVIDIA again might have found a new low here maybe, but we see why Nasdaq is reacting the same way. There's a little bit of that pop again. Every pop being dropped. You got, if you wanted to be long down here, you have to be quick on the trigger. So I'm not trying that with this account, but there's a world where I could see that. All right, new 5-minute candle just opened. All right, this might be where it wants to get a little life and retest the 14. Maybe fill up that previous wick from the 5-minute candle again. It's trying. The buyers they're down here, but they're spooked, as you should be. You know, the bears have been selling every single pop, so like, if you're gonna buy, you want that momentum instead of those quick flashbacks down. You know, this candle flashing red lets you know that the bears haven't quite sold everything they want to sell. So you hope that the bulls can win down here. You see that pop again. Not surprised at a retest of the 14 EMA. That long that I theorized would have played out, but also, again, gotta be quick on the trigger. It's being sold back down already. It didn't get to that 14 EMA. Long top wick. Long top wick. So again, you got to be quick on the trigger as that trade flips red on you. Like, yeah. So yeah, it did fill up that wick like I said it would, you know, that it was fighting to. Thank you. And just that fast in the long that I was speculating, you'd be like down or whatever, just that quickly. Every pop is being sold. Again, you have to be quick on the trigger. If you look back at some of my trading times, you could say that I'm pretty quick on the trigger. I don't stay in trades long, win or lose. Don't lie. Oh, it might have been. Huh. I stopped talking because I was reading this group text or whatever. I'm in a group chat because I might have mentioned it on stream yesterday, but I went out with a bunch of people that I haven't seen in a while, but I've known since I was like 7 or whatever. We all have a very like similar background, similar foundation, and so it was very nice to reconnect with those people and reminisce. We talked about the old days and all that good stuff. And so yeah, now the group chat is going off and people are, you know, reconvening about yesterday, all that good shit. Look at these new lows being held up even a little higher. That we sold off from the 14 EMA. This candle might have just been trying to put in a top wick to now go lower, but we're ranging now, but in a much smaller zone. Unless Unless these next few 5-minute candles want to kind of fill up and rejoin this zone, test these EMAs, sit, atop them again. It's hard to see it currently. Again, look at the RSI, ice cold. Let's look at this on the 15-minute chart. Yeah, on the 15-minute chart, that's still nothing but sales, man. If you were on the 15 and just holding, like, don't even get chopped up on the 5, just wait. Look at this. And it looks like we just touched near the lows and reversed again. So these lows are really holding. Now all there's some bullishness. Okay. There's some bullish momentum. That would have been a nice long off the low right there. But again, I don't typically take longs if we're below the 1421, 50 and 200 EMA. We're below VWAP. We've clearly been selling all day. But it's logical to see some relief wanting to come in the market. Look at how hard that pop got sold though. Like, it's unsustainable. Every buy that got up here has been reverted into a top wick. The bulls may, in fact, win this zone, as you see this candle fill back up. But man, the way every pop is being dropped is so yeah, we are definitely ranging up, down, up, down, up, down. If you're good at trading the range, there's still 15 points, 20 points to be made in either direction. Actually probably closer to 30 if we're talking about the highs and the lows. That's sitting right there at 69 and 32 is the low. When's the last time we touched that low though? There we go. So top of the range, 65. Let's see if this one gets sold off too, or if we finally are able to get some real relief and break to the upside on this 14 EMA. Nope. Look at that sell-off. Look at that drop. Every time it gets close, and it might still go, but I'm just acknowledging the reality that there are sellers here. There are bears still here that want to drop all of these pops. And there it is. Happens again. It's slowly building up, but again, every 5-minute candle with 50 seconds left in this 5-minute candle, it continuously is pushed back down 5 or 6 points to leave a top wick, just like all the previous 5-minute candles. There's still some strong selling pressure up here in this zone. Anywhere 24,970, you still got sellers. And again, as a momentum trader and a scalper, the things that I do, this current price action, absolutely disgusting. Nothing I can do with it. Oh, Nvidia gave up some more of that. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, it's not. No, it's not. Close this pop up, please. Get the fuck. Yeah, see, it sold off. It wasn't updating because of that damn pop-up or whatever, but I am surprised. Nvidia below 170, it gave up 30 more cents, and I'm surprised we didn't get that same reaction in Nasdaq. Yeah, look, and maybe this is part of the reaction because there's some momentum back to the downside as it's been realized. That short from the 14 EMA absolutely would have played. And you see the way Nvidia sold off, but it's still bouncing from those lows. This is just a range. So as of now, until we make a new zone, range traders, they might be killing it right here because the theory seems simple if you have the timing right. Sell when it's up here, buy when it's down here, and you'll just be scalping for wins theoretically. But also, in my experience, very easy to get chopped up trying to do something like that. And it'll be just my luck if I tried to finally play the range myself, like set a buy down here and try to catch the next pop off this low. It'll be just my luck that's the bleed that where it goes to make a new zone, make a new base. I would have preferred a short, even though I saw it fighting. The fact that I was acknowledging every sell off says that I would have been better off shorting the top of the range rather than trying to make money both ways in a range. Just pick a side and say I'm gonna keep every time it comes up here, boom, I'll do it until that gets invalidated. That's probably a good theory that I could try out on one of my new accounts, just to see if that played out. Because the way every pop has been sold down, if you're just patient, if you time it, if you give yourself a wide enough stop loss, like a close above the 21. Actually, how many points would that be? That's not that crazy. That's a 30-point stop loss. So again, if you trust this theory as it builds this base, you give yourself the stop loss of like up at the 21 EMA. You say as long as it doesn't close up there, we keep taking this trade. Man, you could be banking right now. I like the theory. I don't know. The practice though it requires a timing and a patience and a perseverance that I'm still trying to mash together. Here's the sell to the bottom of the range. So again, I would be more comfortable shorting the top of the range in a market like this rather than buying the bottom of the range. But let's see if these lows hold again. Let's see if the theory would play out for another 5-minute candle. It's already been playing out this whole, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 34, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So almost the last hour it's been playing out. So we're down at this bottom. Will these lows continue to hold? It's just an 8-point window with 40 more seconds in this candle. This will obviously, more than likely close as a red bearish candle. Oh, and look, it's still getting some pop from that bottom zone though. So it would be hard to time it. Like, let's just say if you wanted to jump in on this next candle and go long to ride it back up, they're already popping it a little, so you wouldn't be able to get it down at these lows. But and that next candle will open, it'll form a top and bottom wick, and then it'll pick a direction. But will that direction be back up in the zone again, or is this finally the break where it wants to go lower? That's the tricky part. Is why it's safer to short the top of the range, in my opinion, than it would be to buy the bottom of the range. So let's see, top wick, bottom wick, now put in. Let's see what this candle chooses to do. So far, you get a pop where buying the bottom might have played out so far. And there it is. For a scalper, a momentum trader like myself, that theory would have played again. Like I said, you can scalp from every pop will get sold, so you have to be quick on the trigger. But scalping from the low, look how quickly that candle filled up again. We're in a 20-point range. And look at that sell-off as soon as they got up there again. Big sell-off. Big sell-off. So again, being reminded, there are plenty of sellers up here. Is that Nvidia price still moving, or did we get got by another pop-up? Got by another pop-up. Damn, so how often am I gonna have to reload this? Or maybe I just need to like sign in. Nvidia back over the 171, but very low, 171.05. When I expected, some more droppage when I saw 170.90 something. Look at how hard that got sold off again. So if you sell from the top of this range, would have played out well yet again. So well that this candle is actually flipping red. Amazing. Again, one of these days I'm gonna take this trade instead of just explaining it, but I'm comfortable as a momentum trader and I need to become a better range trader. So that's not, I'm okay with the fact that I'm still working out the theory in my head and not actually taking the trade. That's okay with me. For new strategies, at least. If I saw some momentum and I was just like, I don't know why I'm not taking this, that's different than like trying to rationalize a new trading strategy in my head and making it make sense before I deploy it for you risk capital. Just want to continue to visualize the type of zone that we've been trading in. So yeah, a lot of chop in this area. In the same way, where if I zoom that back out, it happened up here and it happened right here. So this morning when the session opened, had a little sell-off, then chop, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, in the same zone for a minute until it broke to the downside. Then it momentum. This is the momentum that I like. Momentum to the downside, and then boom, chop, made another zone, and it chopped here for a while before breaking to the downside and not going very far lower. It did break to the downside and make another leg down, just not a long leg like this one did. So, and it just broke the box as I was running my mouth. Wow. So now let's see, those buys were getting held up right here. Let's see what happens in this 22 area instead of the 32 area. Intriguing. That's it. And this is why I said I'm more comfortable with the short from the 14 EMA rather than trying to buy the bottom, because eventually on a sell-off day like this, that bottom's gonna break, man. It just happened. We're seeing a pop from 22 because obviously there were buyers down here in the 32s. They just lost to the bears in this zone. Let's see it. It's being propped back up into the zone. But now is that bottom of the zone gonna act as resistance? Yeah, so far the bottom of that zone is acting like a little resistance. It's only 5 more seconds in this candle, so likely we'll close outside of that zone. The next 5-minute candle is gonna make some wicks, top wick, bottom wick, and now let's see. Here's the fill up back to the bottom of that zone. Let's see if the bottom of the zone continues to act as resistance. Yeah, so far, yes. I can understand why a lot of people were short at the top of the zone. It filled it up. Now this candle has a top wick if it wants to go lower. You see, every time it builds up, it's being sold off. That's intriguing for me to bottom of the zone's been holding, and I really want to take a short down here. I mean, yeah, right here. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm not seeing much momentum or follow through after that zone break the way it did previously. Like we're getting even less every drop, and I gotta notice that with this pattern. I want the short. I think overall the chart wants lower, but if we zoom back out, momentum after a zone break, big momentum after a zone break. This one, not as much. This zone broke and we came down to this zone, but that's not big momentum. That's not big momentum. And now here we are, the next zone break, even less momentum. So I did want to short there, but this is why, again, I call myself a momentum trader. I like to scalp those points quickly on these longer moves. And when you're not getting that move, like i.e. that bounce right there, the zone may now act as, that the top of that zone may still act as a resistance as the price tries to get back up there. Selling up here could be good. See what this looks like real quick on the 15-minute. Let's see what this looks like on the 4-hour chart. At the 2-minute chart and how this looks. Yeah, like that zone break being bought up like this on the 2-minute chart is kind of gross, man. That's a fake out. That's a fake out to get that first break of the zone. Finally getting that pop from the lows, that momentum back up. Might be a test of the 14 EMA again, but being back in this zone, that's a fake out. I drew the box on purpose so it'll be easier to visualize when we got the next break, just like this zone up here, just like the previous zone with more momentum. No more selling momentum down here. It did not falter. This is a fake out that the bulls now stepped up, sent it way higher. And that's a big green candle. That's the biggest green candle we've seen in this 5-minute chart for a very long time. But again, I think the bulls were just looking for a low zone that they could, show up and actually feel comfortable fighting back. There was no strong momentum here. The sales weren't hitting there. And we're back at that 14 EMA. This is the zone where I said I might have been more comfortable selling off of to watch it come back down here now. But that was the most momentum that we've seen this entire hour, was the momentum off the new low back up to the 14 EMA. That's the biggest candle. That's the strongest momentum that we've seen. No real wick, top wick and bottom wick, but no real rejection as it was previously. So now I'm seeing seeing the bull step in. You're seeing RSI get a little hotter based on that move. Let's see if it reclaims the 14 EMA right there. So yeah, if I was short, I'd have been cooked on this move. Let's see if it rejects. It's been rejecting up here every time. So let's see if it repeats that same behavior. And the sell-off from the 14 has always been the play. Sell-off from the shorting from the 14, which again, tempted to do like this zone break, not so much. This move, let's see if you're seeing some momentum. Yeah, the short off that 14 EMA plays. It may not come back all the way to the bottom of the box, but that was certainly a winning scalp if you go from 62 to 52. You just got to be cautious because again, look at the look left, you see that candle, and look how this just flipped on you. You would think that it's gonna bleed to the bottom of the box as it has previously. We were just down here below the box, but no, the bulls have stepped in. You got to look left, you see that big candle, so you'd have to be comfortable shorting up here because you see buyers are here. Very visually, very obvious. Somebody from this low bought us up. So it doesn't mean that these sells won't continue to sell up here and be stronger than the buys that came from down here, but if you were expecting this flush all the way back down to the bottom of the zone, you're getting a bit of an opposite move. Like you, again, quick on the trigger, trading this particular chop zone. You have had to be out of this short already as it's looking to reverse and go higher. It would have played, but very quickly, very quickly. You got to get in, get out, get on with your life. All right, above the 14 EMA, I want to check NVIDIA. Let's just reload this stupid shit again. 171.20. Yeah, you get a little pop on NVIDIA, and you see the reaction here in NQ as well. This candle still has another 2.5 minutes to go. So as you see it's still getting sold from that top zone where all the top wicks have existed this entire hour, but this is the most bullish action we've seen all hour. This candle very much looks like it wants to close bullish and even test the 21 EMA now that it's trading semi-comfortably above the 14. Those sell-offs are obvious. They've been obvious all hour. Top wicks, top wicks, top wicks. But you haven't seen to see if that top wicks holds after a bigger bullish reaction. So far, yes. Wow. Real tug of war at this top wick zone. The bulls are trying. It keeps getting up there, but it keeps getting sold off. Wow. All right, there's a minute left in this 5-minute candle, and it's right there doing the doji indecision. Does it want to be red? Does it want to be green? We're back below the 14 EMA. Again, a very important zone for the idea of whether we're going to remain bearish or flip bullish. All right, so that 5-minute candle closed green, but with a long top wick and a long bottom wick. That's really Again, interesting to somebody like me who finds zones like this, the price action in a chop zone like this, very curious. I'm a momentum trader. There's some more bullish action up over that 14 EMA. Let's see if the top wicks being sold off can still hold. Sell off. Can we break out of the box? Wow. Strong sell off yet again and back down. Yeah, the top wick theory in this zone is holding. All right, headed towards the top of the zone. Again, I'm curious, the top wick theory is still holding though. Can we break this zone? Aha. Top wick theory. Again, there's still 3 minutes plus in this 5-minute candle. Anything can happen here. But again, we got to remember we previously closed below the 14 EMA. Even though it filled up, it could be a upper box fake out up here, just like we just got the below the box breakout fake out. Long top wick headed down. Seeing the reaction from the top of the box. We're still below that 14 EMA, and again, that's an important level in my opinion. Plenty of time in this candle for it to reverse positively, but right now we're still in the zone. That 14 EMA is a real line in the sand and has been for this entire hour. Again, I've drawn that box. It even looks like if you know, there you go. Let's see if the top wick theory holds again as it filled up there. Yeah, filled up, sold all the way back down. The top, yeah, if you just shorted from the top of the box this entire hour, you'd be all right. I don't know if it's gonna hold as this hour ends, but it's hard to see, or it's easy to see that those rejections have been happening pretty consistently. So the bulls need a little more help, a little more support. They might get it again. That low and that fake out is really intriguing. With another 57 seconds for this candle. Again, we are below that 14 EMA again pretty consistently. The top wick theory has been playing out. I understand why longs would have saw that indecision candle and gone long, but you're getting the rejection back into this box. We never got to close above the 14 EMA, and you can't front run these things as much as you would like to. As much as you would like to like jump in front of a move and get it and time it really well, like time this reversal here that is, you know, potentially pending. The Bears have been an absolute freight train today, and they try to like, you know, you should, 2 candles to the left, that looks like momentum. 1 candle to the left looks like indecision. Neither of those candles closed above the 14 EMA. So you still have to trade what you see in front of you, and this candle just closed below the 14, and then the new one opened and wicked up above the 14, but you got 2 indecision candles. I do believe higher is possibly in the cards, but the top wick theory held through that next 5-minute candle as well. Oof. We're not necessarily breaking down either. We are being held up from these buys, and that kind of reacted right as I was talking about it holding up, and it kind of pushed down. These bottom wicks, you know, should be the most encouraging thing for bulls, but the top wicks, you see again, quick flashback down. Hey, the bulls really wanted to get it above the 14 EMA again right there, and as soon as it did, it became a wick. It became a top wick. There's 9 minutes before the close of this 1 hour candle. Let's look at the 1 hour candle to see what. Okay, it looks like it wanted to be bearish, but again, like I said, a lot of times you will still get a reaction in the opposite direction. So this was a bearish candle that might choose to close bullish by the end, but maybe not. These sell-offs are looking pretty disgusting, man. Yeah, back in the box, back down. It's being held up at this level at least, following that big bullish candle. So far, if you were a bull up here for the 14 EMA, I can understand your hopefulness that it's not totally breaking down below the 45 level, but it can't close above that 69 level either, that 21 EMA. It's been toying around with the 14 EMA, of course, but eventually the top wick theory will no longer hold, which is why you don't want to just keep shorting up here. It's happened too many times for me to try to go short right now. There's that expansion. So now let's see if the top wick theory holds, or how it's gonna react at that 21 EMA. And this might be the time where the top wick theory doesn't hold. You had 2 indecision candles back to back, and it looks like the bulls are currently winning with 1.5 minutes to go. All right, there's that 21 EMA. Let's see the reaction that we get there. It looks like it wants to pop it. It's popped this zone. It's popped the 21 EMA. Now I'm genuinely curious. The same way we had a fake out down here. Is this a truly bullish zone breakout? There you go. Bought over that 21 EMA. We zoom up, the 50 EMA is all the way there in the 25,000 area. Yeah, you could have been encouraged if you were a bull by these these bottom wicks holding up. Let's see, with 30 seconds in this candle, it is now being reversed back below that EMA, but the fight is now at the 21 EMA instead of the 14 EMA, so that should be encouraging for the bulls. That should absolutely be encouraging if you were bullish for a breakout out of this box. Now again, there's 6 minutes for the 1 hour candle to close. So that 1 hour candle was bearish. And like I said, now you're getting a reaction back the opposite direction. Look at the 1 hour candle from what we just looked at a moment ago. This new candle is holding up above that 21 EMA, so we're seeing that this might be the reversal. Yeah, still a tricky zone to trade, absolutely. Let's look at the higher time frame because I see it's really stalling out at that 80 level, and I want to see if what are we seeing there. There's nothing on the 15-minute chart. If the 14 EMA wants to act as a magnet on the 15-minute chart, it's all the way at 25,017. So this thing definitely has more room to the upside if that's the case. How about the 2-minute chart? It was, yeah, holding up at that 50 EMA, I guess. Yeah, it was holding up at that 50 EMA, I guess. It's still 2.5 minutes left on this candle, but yeah, as it has no real bottom wick but a long top wick, I'm curious if we're seeing this same move and we're coming back into the box. The 21 EMA is definitely holding up. If it wants to come back below the 21 EMA and into the box, that would be very discouraging for bulls, because that move looked like it was going and it still had a lot of room to the upside. This being a 21 EMA fake out would be unfortunate. But right now it's still holding up. It wicked down, but it didn't actually break down. It treated the top of the range as its new support so far. Again, still 2 minutes to go in this candle, so anything can happen. Long top wick, not much of a bottom wick currently as it tests that zone. Alright, so if this can close above the 21 EMA still, then bulls should be encouraged. It retested the bottom of this zone and held. That would be encouraging for anybody that's bullish up here. But again, I'm curious. I just want to make sure it's not a fake out like the previous fake out for shorts before going long here. Alright, so now with 65 seconds to go, this candle looks like it wants to hold that level and even potentially flip back to a green candle. That's very interesting that it respected the top of the box as a new support zone. Now with 30 seconds to go, this candle flipped back red and it's retesting that 21 EMA again. Again, this is not a momentum trader's dream. It's still being held up at the 21 EMA in the top of the box as support for now. Alright, 1 hour candle's gonna close, a 5-minute candle's gonna close, and it closed above the 21 EMA. That is very encouraging for bulls. And then boom, now you see the next pop. As long as it held up above that 21 EMA, theoretically, we're going higher. This is the low of the day, a fake out for shorts. We gotta close above the 14 and the 21 EMA. Behavior is really interesting because now that candle is starting to look like it looked previously during the 2-3 minutes remaining time, where like no real bottom wick as it retests the 21 EMA and this zone again. I thought closing above that 21 EMA would have been great for longs. We just tested the 14 and popped really hard off the 14, but coming back in that zone is not great for bulls. But the pop off the 14 might be what they're looking for. Because yeah, closing above the 14 and the 21 are obviously bullish signs. The 14 is curling up, looking for a bit of a bullish reversal with the 21. But yeah, at the open of this 1 hour candle, it decided to come back down and test the zone again. It's popping hard off that 14 as of now. I wanted to make these candles a little bigger since we're not getting a lot of price action. I wanted to be able to see what's happening at the top of that zone at that 14 EMA, and it looks like it wants to reclaim it. I mentioned a potential fake out, and if we break below this 14 EMA, I'm comfortable declaring that a fake out just like this was a fake out. Wow. Imagine that. What a fake out. And again, it's still popping off this 14 EMA, just jumped to the top of the box again. So not guaranteed to crash back into the box, but not a great move for bulls if you were bullish. I could see taking buys off the 14 EMA if it holds, but being back in the zone and questioning whether it's going to hold is definitely tricky. We got to break down. We're back in the 60s and the 50s. Yeah, wow. Yeah, double fake out is what I would call that. Fake out at the bottom where you would think, oh, we got a zone break, time to go short. And then boom, a strong candle. Fake out at the top where it's like, oh, we closed above the 14 and EMA off a strong candle, barely any top wick. We're clearly going higher, but higher was just this top wick just to come back down into the zone. At least it's popping off that 50 level back to the 60, trying to test that 14 EMA. The bulls that were in this zone have not left. You know what? I'm seeing a short-term uptrend line that I want to draw now. See if this line holds. I drew the line. It's retesting this level already. I'm not sure. I always struggle with drawing trend lines, whether I drew it correct, you know, where it exactly where the trend is, and just like that, see, it broke it. But I felt like the trend line could technically be like this anyway. So Let's see. Let's see the behavior of this candle off that trend line. Candle puts in a top wick, bottom wick. Let's see what it wants to do. You want to fill up and retest that 14 again, or are we coming down to the bottom of the box? So far, filling up, retesting this 14 EMA, holding the long-term uptrend here. I mean, short-term, the very short-term uptrend here. But you saw I was trying to draw it off that candle, and that broke. Very much could not be. This will be a very short-term, like a higher high, like boom. Higher low. This was the low. Now this was the low, and then you'll come up here. Now this was the low. You can see it's slowly trying to build a base down here, but again, just on a day like this with the sell-off with CPI tomorrow, with the market obviously showing its hand that CPI is probably not great. And it's wicking down below this next uptrend line that I'm trying to, again, you never really catch the line, but I feel comfortable now seeing these 3 red candles, or 3 previous candles, declaring that a bit of a fake out. This could still be a higher low, boom, low here, boom, low here, but you really didn't want to see it come back down and retest this higher low. You wanted to see it like stair step its way up, but the retest could still be good for the push upwards. Wick theory, we're still in the same zone where we had a fake out, but overall that entire hour those upper wicks got sold off up here. And so far, aside from this fake out candle, we've got all sales in this area. Sell. One fake out candle just like this fake out, but sell. We're back down here at the bottom of that level yet again. So it's holding up at this level, but again, that's definitely a rejection from the top of that box. Double fake out on this chop zone, which is why I'm happy I stayed out of trying to figure out either direction. I would have comfortably went long above these EMAs, thinking that the 50 was going to act as a magnet. I would have comfortably went short below here, saying, hey, that's a zone break. We're going to make a new leg down, just like we have done all day. This was a nasty fake out. So now, just like that, we're back in the 40s and in the bottom of this, the lower side of this box. So I'm gonna move it one more time just to test my drawing ability, but we already saw it broke it twice, so this will be my new let's make NVIDIA refresh. 171.29. Okay, it wasn't that far from what we were looking at previously, but that let's move that over here a little bit. 171.30. Yeah, bearish. This could be a higher low from the low of day, and it's slowly gonna, but you don't like that, or you would want to see it pop off this zone and make the next high rather than stalling out up here and head it back to this low. If it tests that 171 area, that exactly around 171, if it comes back down here, you should know what to expect on NVIDIA. Even as I said that, there was a 15 cent drop. NVIDIA definitely looks like it now. It's at 08. It wants that 06. It wants that 171 level again. So it's clear that Nasdaq is also gonna stay in this range. so far this trend line is holding up. But man, being back in this box, if you would have been bullish up there, is ugly. I know folks are gonna hold and hope. Top wick being put in. Nvidia popped back to 17. It was at 06, popped back to 17. So that's where you get the top wick from. Down to 13. Now you're getting the bottom wick. A little upside. Extend the box, but without, oh shit, wrong button. I was trying to extend the box without fucking it up too much. I'm still trading in this range, but the short-term uptrend is technically still holding, or like the third version of what I drew. But yeah, if you were long in the 60s and it's all the way back down in the 40s, you're not feeling that. So holding up for now, but not very guaranteed. So yeah, this bottom wick area did not hold up the way the top wick area held up. Besides our fake out, we are absolutely declaring this a short fake out, this a long fake out based on this zone. We're right back in the zone. Fake out and close above the 21, you really feel like we're going higher. Break of the next leg down, you feel like we're going lower. Fake both people out just to come back in this zone. So again, I think still shorting from the top of the box and buying from the bottom has been playing. But that's the only theme in this. I'm trying to get better at the idea of trading a range and respecting the chop. So that's why I drew this rectangle. That's also, you know, trying to test the uptrend, keep these EMAs here. But man, this, based on my trading style and strategy, this still would have been very difficult. I like the, again, or maybe very simple. Like I said, if I used a different account and played the idea of short the top of the box, buy the bottom of the box, fuck it. Like, maybe we overthink these things, but the fake out is where somebody like me, I'm a, you know, introspective, thoughtful kind of guy, and this would have had me deep in my like, what happened? Like, yeah, what happened to some fake outs, man? The market's weak, CPI data is tomorrow, and obviously it's not looking too hot. So we're in power hour in the stock market. If anything interesting is gonna happen here, that's what you would expect. Let's take a second and on the trading view, instead of looking at Nvidia, let's also just look at, that's the search button there. Oh, I guess I gotta reload it anyway. Go ahead and look at Amazon. Let's see how they're doing today. We're on the 5-minute chart. We are clearly ripped for the day. Let's look. Oh, here we are. Some on the side too. Apple down 0.25% for the day. Tesla down 4.5% for the day. That's an interesting one because Tesla hit all-time highs yesterday. I believe just to sell off again. So yeah, weakness in tech for sure. Netflix. When did they do that split? Because I don't know how to look at that like that yet, but I know they're doing great. Bitcoin 85, Ethereum 28, oil 56, gold 43.39. Let's check Microsoft. Microsoft looking good, and you know, as opposed to the other guys. That's an interesting one. Had a bit of a sell here, that volume spike, but Microsoft seems to be doing all right. Let's check them out on the daily. Okay. Long-term double top on Microsoft, which is why it's doing fine, but it's doing fine as being down here. It's already had a big sell-off after a double top. You know what? This is similar to the pattern that I saw on the 1 hour on the Nasdaq. So far, this zone's kind of holding, minus this little wick. All right, I said I wasn't going to do that no more, but that's it. That's it. So Microsoft looks all right. Amazon, we just checked. Apple, not a 0.5%, but let's check Apple. Not ATP. Apple on the daily looks a lot better than Microsoft, even with that double top that Microsoft had. Apple looks like it's doing much better, much more consistent grind up. I'm sure Apple does great during the holidays. Jefferies raised its Apple price target to $283.36 from $246.99, indicating 2.8% more upside, driven by over 40% year-over-year growth on the iPhone sales in China. So let's see if that uptrend, that's the long-term uptrend, short-term uptrend is holding with this pop. We're back to testing those EMAs above the 14, just popped above the 21. We saw that fake out where it sold back down, but maybe this was just lower lows. I guess you didn't want to see this low break again. I don't fully understand this move either, but it's happening. But finally, the bears have got out of the way. Let the bulls re-break this zone. Now maybe we're headed higher, or maybe this area is the new struggle area. As I looked away from Nvidia, might have missed let's go back to the 5-minute. Yeah, Nvidia got a little pop. This is not the right chart. What did I? That wasn't Nvidia at all. But this was, it's similar shape. I think that might have been like an ETF that holds Nvidia or something. I don't know. But yeah, decent pop from these lows. 71.43. Again, power hour in the stock market. Earlier this week, you did see some of these late buys kind of step in the market. Again, I just think with tomorrow's CPI, and we're back down below the 21 EMA just that fast. Back in the box. We're back in the box. We are back in the box. Back in the box. I bet if I guess theoretically, if I went to the top of this candle, if I just extended the box for the fake out, how does that feel? Now that move is less impressive. Even if we want higher, that top wick tells you the reality of the zone is in charge. I might have even went a little too high. No, that's fine. Yeah, the top wick theory is still holding so far. Look at that long top wick on what was a bullish candle. The bulls were there. They got smacked back down. There's no guarantee that this candle won't even just fill up that next top wick and go again, but just respect the idea that it got sold back down even from that zone. No real bottom wick on this candle yet. Either it's gonna come down and put in a bottom wick, or that signifies that we're going like way higher on this candle. Okay. Now, we respect the conviction of holding through all this mess. I wouldn't be able to do it, man. Yeah, no bottom wick. So I said, like, you're expecting a push down to put in a bottom wick, or like rapid expansion higher if there's no bottom wick on this candle. Yeah, a lot of times, again, it's 40 minutes left in the New York Stock Exchange. Continually being rejected. No bottom wick, but no rapid expansion. That's a full minute into this candle, so I almost wouldn't be surprised if there it goes. If it starts to try to reverse and come back down below this 14 EMA, it's just simply the no bottom wick theory. Yeah, very curious at the price action of this particular candle. Am I missing? No, I don't see. Still no bottom wick, but that right down at this 14 EMA. This is very interesting price action, and outside of the norms of what I've come to expect. So that's why I'm kind of like, really paying attention to this. Maybe this is the rapid expansion moment. There's the pop back above the 21 EMA. Remember, no bottom wick. That signifies one or two things. So it took a minute for this candle to get going. And there's that expansion that we were talking about with the no bottom wick. Yeah. But still being sold back down above right there at this 21 EMA. Yeah, I couldn't have played this candle. I couldn't have called it. This was neither rapid expansion, because we're already halfway through this 5-minute candle, so you can't really call that rapid. And the no bottom wick is just like, okay. Curious, very curious. There it is, trying to fight. Like I said, there was nothing stopping us from refilling up this wick on the very next candle. There's genuinely nothing. You can see that the bulls were here, the buys were here, but the being smacked back down. I feel like as soon as I try to draw that triangle, it'll break. As soon as I try to draw this triangle, it'll break to the upside. And there's our uptrend, there's our downtrend, both off the wicks. Based on this visual, obviously been those wicks being smacked back down, but theoretically, longs are more in play. We're on the higher side of, we're on the higher side of the box. We haven't tested the bottom of the box in 20 minutes plus. $30 seconds left on this candle. There's some more of that expansion. It wasn't rapid at all, but it was expansion to the upside. Alright, so now we we got no real, okay, I was gonna say, we almost had no real top wick on this candle as it's gonna close in 10 seconds. So now it pushed back down near the 21 EMA, but looking like it wants to close above it for the first time since the fake out. And with 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, boom, that candle closed above the 21 EMA to immediately wick back down and be sold below it. This is, okay, we're going to bounce off the 14 as of now, but this is, once again, very, 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 very interesting price action. I'm very surprised. No bottom wick on that candle, no top wick really on this candle. Maybe a tiny, tiny, tiny top wick on that candle. But just that fast, we broke back below both of those EMAs, and we're testing the uptrend. I said as soon as I draw this triangle, it's going to break. But within a few minutes, now it's trying to break through the downside. That is that's such interesting price action. Very happy I'm not in the trade. This would test all of my fortitude and perseverance, and I'd be stressed out. I don't like this kind of stress around the holidays. My stress that I'm happy with is what am I getting people, and is it getting to them on time? Those are my stress. Look at this attempted break of the bottom of this zone. I did just say buys aren't, I hesitated when I said buys are in play because of how long it's been since we tested the bottom of the zone. Look at that breakdown. Let's see if NVIDIA broke back down, refresh, reload. And yes, NVIDIA had that bullish pop and broke right back down to the downside, and we are making that same move on Nasdaq. What a crazy, crazy chop fest. Very grateful to be paying attention and studying the markets and understanding. Also very grateful to not be getting chopped up right now. If you watch yesterday's stream at any time, you'll just look at that. If you watch yesterday's stream, you'll see I got done bad, but I was able to recover at the very end and walk away with a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of profits. But I got chopped up bad yesterday, so I would also be getting chopped up by this. Happy to stay out, sit on my hands, keep the profit from my 2 successful trades for the day. Yesterday it was double-digit trades, but you don't want to over trade, which I kind of did yesterday, getting chopped up. I went on tilt. I fortunately made it back, but with the amount of trades I took yesterday, with the price action in this zone, as long as we've been here, I'm happy to not get chopped up by all of this. I'm happy to sit and wait, but learn. I'm learning a lot. Again, the no bottom wick on this candle is fucking crazy. It ended as a green candle and tested the top of the downtrend. And the very next candle bled to the bottom and killed the uptrend. Broke all the way to the bottom of the box. Like, basically that candle shouldn't exist now. I mean, basically this downtrend line almost shouldn't exist. But we were playing off the wicks, so if it wants to close above it, then technically, no, that's not right. That's not right at all. We were playing off the wicks, so since playing off the wicks is broken. We got 2 more minutes in this candle. Still, again, no top wick. Very, very, very tiny top wick, and this is the kind of action I expected on the previous candle when I said no bottom wick. You got that no top wick, you're getting rapid expansion to the downside. Rapid expansion. Right here, expected the same thing, but it just wasn't rapid. It chopped right here, it played with these EMAs, came right back down, and we're trading below every EMA. Let's see what this move looks like on a shorter time frame real quick, just to... It looks more volatile on the 2-minute, but obviously it's the same old price action. Let's see how it looks on a higher time frame. Yeah, the 15-minute really represents what this actual price action is talking about. It's nasty. Yeah, the 15-minute looking like that. 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. That's gross. That's really gross. The triangle is holding from the 5-minute. It's holding on the 15-minute too. But no bueno. Very happy to watch this, learn new things, and not get busted, and not get chopped up, not blow an account. Because this is real. I'd have gone on tilt and been mad. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Nasdaq? Let's go. Look at that pop. Wow. And I was saying, look at that pop. Look at this candle now. Not much of a pop. Nasty price action. Got a pop-up that said Luka Doncic bought the entire Lakers team and staff some electric bikes, e-bikes. Who do you think is gonna ride their e-bike for real? I mean, and not outside the staff, like which players? Cause wow, look at that pop from the low of the box. We got down to the bottom of the box, but we did not break the box. This is such interesting price action. We definitely broke the to the bottom of that triangle. It's hard to expect higher unless there's like some wild ass price action in the end of power hour in the regular stock market. It's hard to imagine this thing popping out this range or getting back to say the 50 EMA. Maybe if it comes down to 2,500 exactly, and then we get a pop and we close right around that 2,500 level at the end of the session. That's not, I guess, totally out of the question. But yeah, I don't know what you would do with this on the higher time frame. On this 30-minute chart, it's still just a bleed. The downtrend never broke. If you look at it like that on the long term, like even from this reaction candle being pushed back down, could also test the long term downtrend from up here, and it definitely ain't nowhere near broke. The EMAs show you those lines, but even if you wanted a shorter term one from here, the downtrend has never broken. You got one green candle, a couple of indecision candles in there, but like, come on. Yeah, I'll give it a couple more minutes just out of curiosity, but I'm sure you could tell by my tone and how I'm talking about the market that I am out of. I'm done for the day. I'm gonna keep my profits and not get chopped up the way I did yesterday. I'm happy with my 2 little wins, good trades. And one of them was an absolute like A+ setup. One of them was a very confident like, hey, I can take this trade 1,000,000 times. Anytime I see it, I'm down to take that short. I do think it was around here for a quick little break. I think it was when this leg broke. Yeah. Based on the times I'm looking at, my first trade was when this leg broke to the downside. So I captured some of this extra downside, but then thinking again, this break was a fake out, this break was a fake out. These are insane moves. Well, yeah, even this break, I know I moved the box to even capture some of this higher zone, but I liked it down here because again, those top wicks were holding. You could sell here for an entire hour and you would have made profits. Could have bought down here for the last 2 hours and made profit. That's got to be tough when you see that much of a top wick and a bottom wick just to result in another bleeding candle. Like, oof, you would longs got cooked here. Longs got cooked right here. If you thought, yeah, we're going higher, we're breaking the zone again. That's why you draw those downtrend lines. We never broke this short-term downtrend. We definitely broke the short-term uptrend. So I'm leaving that triangle there just for video evidence of, like, you know, of you gotta read the price action appropriately. Yeah, this is such an interesting price action. Let's give NVIDIA one more glance before we call it a day. I've called it a day financially, but yeah, it's doing the same chop drop, and these are just 5-minute candles. So if you look at this zone, then some indecision where you think you're going higher, just to drop it for 3 straight candles, just to pop it for these 2, and now these are bigger candles. You think you're getting some momentum, but it's chop drop. The bulls have won. I mean, the bears have won for today. If you look at like where the downtrend started and how the sales have played, this is the 17th. The bears dominated today. You would have thought that as bullish as we've been in all these companies, you would have thought you still get some retracement. Again, yesterday I was trading in the 177s and getting chopped up with trying to check the correlation of NVIDIA. Today, down in the 171s. The bears won. The bears won big, and you got to kind of capitulate at a certain point. You don't want to just hold and lose and lose and lose. $24,938, 940. The testing the bottom of the range again. So the question would be, once again, would buys play down here? You had that long bottom wick on the previous candle, but is this the time where it breaks and continues to the downside? I've already extended the box to the right once on the 5-minute chart, just because we're still in that range. So why not? But all right, folks, we've been here over 2 hours. We have 2 good trades, and we that nasty range is not it is adverse to how a momentum trader trades in the first place. Like, yeah, I'm a momentum guy. I need some price action. I need shit to move, and like I said, I stand by the theory that at the top of the year, I want to add a few accounts, and I want to try different things with those different accounts. One of them would have been trading that range, just drawing out the box. It would have played out as you saw. I talked about the whole stream. Draw out the box, sell at the top, buy at the bottom, sell at the top, buy at the bottom. That would have played for at least a couple quick scalps, no doubt. And there's a little pop on NVIDIA, but man, it would be rough to trade down here. Just, yeah, giving this chart one more look before we get out of here. Thank anybody that clicked by. That, you know, I tweeted it when we were 2 for 2 and we never took another trade. So it is what it is. Sometimes those days are like that. I'm totally content with the idea of all I saw was 2 trades, but they were 2 good trades. If all I saw was 2 trades and they were bad trades, and I walked away from the day, I'd have been like, man, you better try your hand at trading some of that chop or whatever. You better figure this shit out. But on a day like this, again, CPI tomorrow, big bleed. I wasn't up for the open to just catch the momentum on the way down. If I'm gonna be, again, I'm a West Coast guy. The afternoons are gonna be less momentous than the mornings. That's a guarantee. I've seen that enough in these futures markets. So that's my commitment to this situation is I'm gonna get a couple other accounts. I'm gonna try different things with those accounts. Excuse me. And one of those things will be to successfully trade the range. Draw those shapes, draw those rectangles, sell the top, buy the bottom, see how long it plays. Gotta be wary of those breaks and those fake outs. We saw it fake out. Let's look back at the chart one more time. We saw it fake out up here and down here. Nasty work, man. But again, that's why we stayed out of this Nasdaq nastiness. It is what it is. I'm cool. I want to thank you guys for watching Money in the Future.